Welcome back to my channel. The concept of budgeting basically is to give direction to our monies, to know where our monies are going, and to redirect it to the places that we want to do it. Each and every individual must budget. It is important. It is not just for poor people, for people with little money, much money. As long as you use money, you need to learn how to budget. And so in today's video, we will be talking about how to master the art of budgeting with the little money that you have. If you love this kind of content, kindly watch till the very end. And do not forget, guys, to click on the subscribe word down below to get subscribed and join my amazing family. Do also give me a thumbs up, guys, and share with your family and friends. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let's get right into today's video. So, guys, the first step, okay, is to start budgeting with the little money that you have is to master the power of tracking every penny. Get yourself a small notebook and a pen that is always with you. If you do not have any idea as to how much you spend on your daily living expenses, you need to get that notebook now or that diary and then track every penny, every cent, every peso, every cedi, every currency in whatever currency that you use. Track that money. Make sure your eyes are following your money to know where it's going. It's important. That is the basics, the beginning of budgeting, knowing where your money is going. So, getting that notebook, you write, when we say tracking your expenses or tracking every penny, you write every amount of money that you spend on any expense. That notebook that you have with you, you write down that expense and then the amount of money that you spent on that expense. Do that for a while, let's say a week or a month, to give you a fair idea as to how much you are spending on each expense that you have. Guys, after tracking your expenses, you need to create a budget. A budget of 50/30/20 rule, whereby you use 50% of your income or your salary on your needs and 30% on your wants, and then 20% on your savings and investment. This is the general rule you can use from the start as you master the art of budgeting. As you go forward, you can change the number of percentages. But for starters, after tracking your expenses in the first point or tip, you have a fair idea as to how much is going to your needs and your wants, or your savings, or your retirement, or investments. And so, having a fair idea with that, you can rearrange if it's not according to this particular rule. You can rearrange it to suit the 50/30/20 rule. Wherever you are overspending, you cut down so that you can start with the basics of 50/30/20. Number three, guys, find very creative ways of cutting down some of the expenses that after tracking, you realize you are spending on particular expenses at the detriment of the others. Probably you are spending on your wants at the expense of your needs. And so, having said that the 50/30/20 rule, you now find you have budgeted your money according to that. But previously, when you tracked your expenses, you found that you probably spent 50% on your wants and 30% on your needs, or whatever percentage. You've realized that you overspent on, like, let's say, a want compared to a need, or your savings. And so After having a fair idea of that, you have budgeted for 50, 30, 20. Now you have to find a way of living your life around the 50% or around the 30%, if you get my point. Let's say if you're overspending on your wants, you spend 50% on your wants and then 30% on your needs. Now you have to find a way of switching it back, reversing, and spending 50% on your needs as compared to 30% on your wants. You have to find creative ways of cutting down on the things that you want in order to be able to prioritize your needs. Yes, guys. I have always said that if you do not know how to save when you earn little, there's no way you will save when you earn much. A lot of people have this misconception that when they earn more, they will save, then they will start saving and investing. But if you do not know how to save, even with a little, you will never save with much. And so, number 4 point is inculcating the habit of savings, micro savings, little savings here and there, finding ways of cutting down, like I said in the third point or tip, find creative ways of cutting down expenses so that you can get more money to save. If it's on food, what can you do? You can do bulk buying of groceries, bulk cooking, sending lunch to work. All these things can help you with food transportation. You can take commercial transport or public transport, or you can walk if it's very close to you. Or if you have a car, you can use it as a source of transportation and provide transportation services to people, commuters going in your direction, and then charge them. Use your car, sorry, as a taxi that you can use for transportation services. All these are ways of cutting down. Rent, we a lot of people, I mean, a huge percentage of our monies goes to rent. And so, find very creative ways of downsizing. If you live in a very big house, a very expensive area, move to a cheaper area, more affordable, I mean, apartment, or even if you have a very big house, you can rent out some of the rooms to other people who can also pay rent. Then you can pay less for rent. There's a lot of ways of, downside, a lot of ways of creative ways of spending less when it comes to your basic living, a very essential needs. You can find very creative ways of cutting down on these things so that you can get more money to save. But we need to first of all learn how to save with a little. No matter how small, we still save just a little so that we can develop that habit. Then when we earn much going forward, we can still save more. Number 5, guys, is to spend wisely. We need to have priority. There's a I mean We have to have a list of priority. What are the things that are most important to us? We list them according to level of priority, according to how we need it or how we want it, so that when we say spending wisely, spending on things that serve us well, that serve us best. That's what spending wisely means. So number 6, guys, is to stay motivated. I know budgeting is boring. It's sometimes very difficult, but we need to master that art of, I mean, budgeting. And so we need a lot of motivation. We need a lot of discipline to stick and stay with the sticking to how much we have allocated to our a particular expense. It comes with a lot of discipline, a lot of motivation, but you should be motivated, especially when you're trying to save and invest. When you take out your savings and investment first, and then you save before you spend instead of spending, and then the rest that's left you save. If you do that, I mean, it will help as time goes on. With budgeting at the beginning stage, or especially with wealth creation, the beginning stage, you are not going to see anything. But just know that when you are being very consistent with doing the same thing over and over again, you would definitely see results. And so, if you're not seeing anything now, just know that you definitely will, but it will just take time. And so, stay consistent with your budget, stay motivated. As time goes on, if you need to upgrade your budget, make some adjustments and changes, you do that. So number 7 point is, like I said, making adjustments to your budget. If there are certain expenses that comes along the way, you make room for these things. Very variable expenses. They are not very fixed. They come once in a while, or the amount changes as and when time goes on. So we need to take account of these things, because these things cause us our budgets not to work sometimes, and then we get very frustrated and stop. And so it's important to make room for little adjustments here and there, so that we can still stick to our budget and achieve our aim. While we are budgeting, probably is to get some money, track our expenses, and then cut down on certain unnecessary things to get more money to save and invest or pay off our debts or build an emergency fund. Whatever your reason is, your why for budgeting is should be strong enough to help you stay motivated and disciplined. You can also get people, accountability partners that can serve as support systems, okay, that can serve as checks for you on how you are going, how well you are doing on this process of wealth creation, starting with budgeting. You can have conversations and with each other, you're on this journey together, build, having checks or having checks serves as a support system. Accountability partners serve as checks for us so that we can stay on track. If you've loved this content, kindly give me a thumbs up, guys. Subscribe. Click on that subscribe word down below to get subscribed and join my amazing family. Do also check out my previous videos, guys. I have a lot of money content on this channel. Do well to check them out and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. God richly bless you guys for coming with me on this journey and for coming this far. I do really appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, guys, your shares, and your comments. Keep them coming. They do well to keep us keeping on. Let's meet in the next video. Have a very, very great day. God richly bless us all. It's bye for now.